One thing that doesn't get as much attention as the people purposely putting certain symbols and processes, such as occult rituals in gaming or elsewhere, is the plethora of people just getting on board with the gradual satanization of society, which is disguised as hip or edgy. These people do the bidding of the unseen controllers unknowingly. The following game is an example of this phenomena. The Binding of Isaac, Rebirth. After the good input from players with the first Binding of Isaac game in 2011, Edmund Macmillan decided to go for a bigger, more polished and satanic version with the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. A third version was created shortly after. Edmund himself with his shirt provides us an example of esoteric symbols being used for their coolness with the youth, such as the skull and crossed bones. So from where does this skull and bones symbol originate from? Not from pirates, as one might think. Firstly, it is older than that, from none others than the Knight Templars, a mysterious society that is heavily linked with the occult. Regarding the origin of the organization, researchers pinpoint that the true purpose of some knights in the First Crusade was to carry out research in the Holy Land, looking for certain esoteric knowledge. The origin of the Templars appears to be linked with the discovery of a series of relics and manuscripts in the ruins of Solomon's Temple, which contained the essence of the secret traditions of Judaism and ancient Egypt, like in the Middle East invasions of Iraq or Afghanistan. The actual reasons for the military occupations are very different than those historically accepted. Let us remember that in 1307 King Philip IV ordered the arrest of Jacques de Molay, the Grand Master of the Order, along with many other higher-ups of the group in France. After rumors and confessions of worshipping the Baphomet, practicing magical sodomy, history normally dismissed these claims as absurd. However, in Morals and Dogma, one of Freemasonry's most popular books, written by Grand Master Albert Pike, reveals the Templars' true purpose. The object of the Templars was to acquire influence and wealth, then to intrigue and, at need, fight to establish the Johannite or Gnostic and Kabbalistic dogma. The researcher Philip Gardiner says, "But I wondered, what explanation did the Knights Templar give for using the symbol? Where did they get it from? I found a strange tale that is told by most Templar researchers to link the symbol to them, and this tale surprisingly involves the number 9, a Mother Earth image, and a skull. How curious that the skull and crossbones thing appears in the secret society of Yale, in which George Bush, his father, and John Kerry were official members. This is a great example of esoteric symbols with deep significance and sinister implications becoming cool icons for the youth, not by coincidence, but by design. But back to the game. The first thing to note is a blatant anti-Christian, anti-Bible narrative. The story begins with Isaac, a little guy that has a really religious Christian mother.
Mom watched Christian broadcasts on the television until the day Isaac's mom heard a voice. "Your son has become corrupted by sin. He needs to be saved."
And apparently he tells her to impose increasingly more restrictive rules on him until he ends up naked and jailed in his room. Eventually God tells the mother that Isaac is a lost cause and must be sacrificed, but a door is opened on the floor leading to the basement where Isaac escapes his murderous mother, going in there, and that's when the game starts. The game draws much of its imagery from biblical sources, although the esoteric and satanic symbols aren't few either. Isaac, for example, has his name referencing the aborted human sacrifice of the son of Abraham. In the game, making pacts with the devil tends to yield considerable advantages. You trade life for increased power in the form of stats or abilities or familiars which follow you around, normally increasing damage or protecting you. Pacts with the devil include certain boosters that are represented with satanic symbols. You also get items in boosters or powers throughout the game without using the devil, and can get them even from God in angel rooms. But many God items are as esoteric as the devil ones. Devil items. The Brimstone, Mark of the Beast, Lord of the Pit, Book of Belial. Angel room items. Godhead, Body, Mitra. One playable character in the game is Azazel. According to the Book of Enoch, Azazel was the leader of the Grigori, a group of fallen angels who had sex with mortal women and gave birth to a race of giants known as the Nephilim. Other playable characters include Cain, Judas, and the Sumerian demon Lilith. This game comes to serve the common function of trivializing or making mainstream symbols, rituals, and ideas that some decades ago only the true initiates knew about. The youth is the target for this process, because old people are almost irrelevant for the satanic controls. For those, mainstream religion, sports, and patriotism were enough to keep them in trance. The vectors for indoctrination for the new generations are music, video games, fashion. It's funny how some decades ago only heavy metal was openly satanic, but now even pop performers like Kesha find new ways to show their allegiance. The brand Obey is particularly open about their agenda. Psychologically speaking, the game makes Satanism look like just some bizarre, harmless thing. It trivializes it, like some many useful idiots joining efforts with the Illuminati confirmed meme. By placing Satanism as part of the fun in an obviously fictional scenario, the idea that Satanism and blood sacrifices are very real is replaced with the sensation that these ideas pertain to the domain of fiction, parody, or that of religious fanatics like the Mother of Isaac that are often associated with the hysteria of exposing Satanism in modern society. However, if Edmund Macmillan had experienced first-hand ritual satanic abuse, or if he knew what those symbols actually meant, he wouldn't be making a game using Satanism so lightly. All in all, while playing the game, the informed person cannot shake off a feeling of uneasiness. The game is very addictive and a success from the gaming perspective. However, at the end of the day, it just reinforces the social engineering that has been ongoing for some decades. This is Games Exposed. Thank you for watching, and know that this episode was created in our research group, which you too can join by adding me on Facebook and letting me know that you want to join the group. Watch some of the other videos, and see you guys next time.